This is Achal Gupta in conversation with Alok Kumar, Director of User Experience at Myntra. Hi sir, how are you?
Hi, I'm doing great. How about you?
Sir, I'm good. Sir, how's been your experience at Bhopal and at JLU?
I just loved it. I mean, I spent around 1 hour or so roaming around your campus. I just somehow loved this complete vibe of design. The way design festival is being celebrated, everyone is loving it. Everyone is showcasing their skills. I went to your exhibition. I loved every art. I love the education part. I love the energy of the students that they have primarily. I somehow loved it. Overall, if I see, I feel students are so privileged. If I compare from my time versus now a time, we had not even 10% of this. And I'm talking about 20 years back.
Yeah.
So I am very privileged to be here, no doubt. I love this festival and great work and great, I mean, it's a great opportunity for the students over here. I loved it.
ओके सो सर आज जैसा आपने बोला कि 10-20 साल पहले इतना अवेयरनेस भी हुआ नहीं करता था डिज़ाइन स्पेशली नॉट डिज़ाइन बट अ यूएक्स डिज़ाइन व्हेन वी टॉक अबाउट राइट सो सर जैसे अब हम देख रहे हैं कि पता है टेक्नोलॉजी इतनी ज़्यादा हो रही है कि आज हमने कुछ नया देखा और वो कल फिर कहाँ गायब हो जाता है पता भी नहीं चलता तो सर सिंस यू आर द हेड यूएक्स डायरेक्टर एट मिंत्रा सो सर आप उसे जो बैलेंस होता है ना कि यार हम कुछ नया भी करें बट ऐसा भी नहीं लगे कि यार लोगों का फिर मन उठ जाए उस चीज़ से तो आप उस चीज़ में बैलेंस कैसे बना के रखते हैं
So very first thing that we are, I'll say, a little bit unprivileged that we can chill. We cannot chill. That's not allowed at all. You cannot stop your studies at all. Even after my 20 years of experience, I am still studying. I am doing something on the I am kind of reading some new technology and doing a lot of other stuff. You talk about web designers versus UI designers and all those stuff. I remember 20 years back, there was no UX term at all.
Yes.
We used to be called web designers.
Yes,
and then suddenly UX came in the picture. Everyone wanted to be a UX designers. So people were struggling, what do I learn? Where do I learn? All those stuff. And when you're working, you have no option to go back to college now because you have your family, a lot of other stuff. So people somehow managed different courses and all the stuff. Even myself did some different courses because I had no privilege to go back to a college now. So I did that. Anyways, coming back to your question about technology primarily, if I talk about Myntra or any previous organization like Vedantu or any other place, I see technology is moving very quickly. And we do have always a pod primarily or kind of a team structure primarily who are always working on innovations, who are always testing new tools coming in the market. It's possible that you test 20 tools, you fail and you use only one. But we do always keep a track that what are all the tools that is coming in the market, how do I make myself more efficient, and how do I make my app or my product more efficient, more user-friendly with the help of technology. Whether it's for research, whether it's for making my design look interesting, whether it's for interaction, but the goal is that how do I adapt new technology? If you see Myntra has been adopting a lot of new technology very quickly. We have a lot of things coming around ChatGPT. ChatGPT came and then we rolled out our new feature with ChatGPT in a couple of months only. And we became like the first company who used ChatGPT as a technology and rolled out and people started using that in Myntra. So this happens. We have a very focused approach towards technology. We always keep an eye on technology. We have few dedicated folks who are especially keeping an eye. Otherwise, there's a lot of people around. I mean, in complete team, everyone is kind of responsible to look after new technology, whether it's a GPT or AI or whatever is coming in the picture, whether it's a new plugin in Figma, whatever, but somebody is always looking after that and managing that part. That's how it works.
Yes. So as you mentioned about research, people keep on researching about what's happening right now or what's new coming. So how important do you think as a budding designer is to look after the research part as well? Because we are afraid of doing research because research is being a very rigorous part, How great is your research determines how great will be your product, right?
Yes,
so as per you, what advice would you like to give the young budding designers who some or the other way fails to do that accurate research, and how important do you think that plays a vital role in shaping your product or the experience you want to create?
So I'll say first of all that I myself is a big fan of research. I primarily myself love to do the research. I myself love to meet my users, whether it's Myntra, Vedantu or whichever product I've worked for. I have been meeting my users very often. I mean, and I do love that part. And I do understand that's the most important part right now. Why? Because people have been looking at technology like AI is coming and people are afraid that if AI will come, what will I do? My job will go away and a lot of other stuff. People have a lot of rumors around that. But that empathy part building is something that no machine learning can do. That is something that you have to do. Yes. You have to meet your users. Every user is new. For every product, your persona is different. So you cannot ignore that part at all. That option you don't have. So I would request kind of everyone and anyone in your college or anyone who is working in industry, you should be meeting your users very often. I have been having a ritual in my organization always that in the organization, primarily you make sure that you meet your users very often. And there's a ritual around that every month or every week you are meeting some users for sure. And that is something has to be done very, very often. You cannot ignore that because users are also kind of evolving every day. Their shopping experience, their users experience is changing. Always things are changing and then you cannot ignore that. So in my eyes, UX research is very important. And for that part, to go very deeper only, I read even psychology. I did my master's in psychology primarily because I wanted to know the users very deeply. I wanted to understand their personality. I wanted to understand how do they cope with the anxiety while using my product and all those stuff. Those all minute stuff matters a lot. If you learn those stuff, it will reflect in your design for sure. So it's one of the most important stuff you must go ahead with.
Yes. Also, sir, since you're the founder of Rethinking UX, can you tell us a bit more about what actually this initiative is? And I think this is a great initiative because as I have read about it, it's about creating a community of UX designers all across the world, not just India or in a particular state or something, but all around the world. So please tell us more about this.
Okay, so first of all, that now we are India's biggest community. We are around 50,000 now all over the globe, and we have the folks from any country you name it, it's there. And primarily UX folks, UX designers, product designers, UI designers, graphic designers, a lot of design folks are there. The goal was like it emerged during the COVID time primarily, and that time we thought of making a community of people so that we start interacting with the people. Also to learn more. Suppose if you work for e-commerce, you want to know what's happening in edtech, what's happening in maybe fintech. How do you know? You might be struggling for that. But when you're part of a community, you can somehow meet the folks who are working for gaming, who are working for fintech and other stuff, so that you can do a knowledge sharing. With that vision, primarily we started this Rethinking UX as a community. I and Mayur is one of the person, we are the founders of Rethinking UX. We started. And now it has been growing a lot. What we do, we have been helping people in terms of connecting the needy or help seekers to the experts primarily. That is one biggest goal. We have been conducting a lot of events where we organize and call the industry leaders. We have been very active in Bangalore primarily, but have been doing a lot in a lot of events in Mumbai, Delhi. Now we are planning to expand in Hyderabad, Pune as well. So it's a community, I'll say, for every UX designers. It's a must have a community where you should join. And your goal should be just learning. You can learn from the leaders. You will have the access to a lot of leaders from, you name the company, like maybe even Google, Microsoft, Walmart, Myntra, Flipkart, you can name it and you'll have it there. You can ping them personally over there. I'm sure you'll get some response. And so I am kind of making an easy access for the help seekers to meet the leaders and get the help. So that's primarily the biggest goal of Rethinking UX.
Okay, so I think that's a great initiative, and our Bhopal Design Fest is also an initiative towards making a community for the designers to get together and discuss the design innovations. So as you said, you know, in Rethinking Designing, you're getting people from all over the industry, not just like design, fintech, etc. I think that is something people need to know about this. So the collaboration part and the way you have expressed, you know, the way you liked all the concept of Bhopal Design Fest. So it's an honor to be in conversation with you and to like have that knowledge from you. So like, so thank you so much for being in a screen. Like I am honored to be in a same screen with the director of like
Glad
Myntra.
to be here. Thank you so much for calling me, and thank you so much for. I'm glad to be here. I loved your place, and if you're willing to make a community, feel free to reach out to me.
Yes.
I'll always personally help you to make your community. And since I am already running this, I would love to. I'm always on for the helping the students and needy.
Thank you so much. Sir.
Thank you.
With this, Achal Gupta with camera person Kushadwani from Bhopal Design Fest at Jordan Lake City University. Keep watching us at Lake City Live.